Good morning. It's Margaret Betty at the University of Sewing, and it is Facebook Live. Well, I'm by myself today, so you're going to have to put up with me all by myself, but I have so many fun things to share with you today, and I hope you will enjoy some of what we are going to show you. We have all the we don't have all the Laurastars, but we have a lot of Laurastars, and I love my Laurastar, and I just want to share with you what an incredible tool this will be in your sewing room. And I think the reason I love the Laurastar as much as I do is that it is a great tool for quilting. It's a great tool for clothes. And it is a great tool for me just to keep my wardrobe looking great. So let me just show off first the thing that Laurastar is really known for. And I'm going to just tell you this steaming function works in both of the irons that are built with this wonderful tank system. But the other thing they're really wonderful with is the lifts, which are the independent little irons that come like this. And you've got the iron on one side. You've got a tank on this side that you fill up with regular water. And you can take this around anywhere in your house. This is what I have at home because I have a small house. It's very cool. You know what I just realized I forgot all about? I forgot to tell you about our giveaway today. Okay, so today we are going to give away a set of our wonderful blue scissors and a set of tweezers. So these are the giveaway today. Now, how are you going to win this giveaway? Well, the way you do it is to share. Go hit share on your Facebook Live feed, and while you're watching this, and you can do this within 24 hours of us doing this video, and you go ahead and hit share, and in the comments, make sure you commented that you shared. Because of Facebook privacy settings, I often don't see if you shared or not, and so this way, once you take and put in the comments that you shared, we'll go ahead and put your name into a drawing, and you could win this set of scissors and tweezers. So let's go back to Laurastar for just a minute. We're not going to talk really long about Laurastar, but I want you to know we have them. And the really cool thing about Laurastar is I can drop ship them anywhere in the country to you. And the other really cool thing is I have them on a price point that is pretty nice for you. We always run them at a 20% off sale, and that way you can get that deal anytime. But, you know, think about this for a wonderful Christmas present. It'll make a wonderful birthday present, or just because you're a wonderful you need a present. I think the Laurastar is amazing. So in my sewing room, I have just a traditional ironing board, and I have the lift system. So I actually have the gold one, and I have this cart, and I have that so that I can move it anywhere in my upstairs, and I have another one downstairs so that I can use it for when I'm doing laundry, when I'm doing, I have like two little sewing areas. Neither one are very big, but they function pretty well. And in my other spot, where the second one in my downstairs, all I have is actually a square wool mat and my Laurastar lift, and that's where I press my quilt pieces. So if you want really flat, nice seams, when especially you're doing a more complicated kind of thing, it is the best tool ever. You saw that amazing steam. This is really just so wonderful. You steam your item, you go ahead and leave the iron in place, and then you lift it up. You can go back with a clapper after that, and you are going to get the most amazing seams, and you will be just so pleased. And if you do clothing, this steaming function is going to help you shape things and make your curves just beautiful. This works great for sleeves. It works really great for bust seams. If you do coats like I do, And remember, we have a lot of coating wool right now. The perfect time to purchase it. It is a wonderful weight. This is a nylon wool coating wool, most of them. And they are going to just last you forever because they are such a good quality. So, those things, when you get ready to press them, a traditional iron a lot of times just doesn't have the steaming function, and it doesn't seem to do as good of a job. When you buy a Laurastar, you are going to get one of these nice little silicone mats that you can put anywhere. So if you don't have the iron, you can use this to go ahead and put your iron on, because these store flat instead of storing upright like another home iron traditionally does. And the other thing you will get is a nice little cover to cover this part of your iron, so that when you go and iron things, if they're more delicate, you will have that shield on there, so that will protect your fabric. These irons just do a great job. I love that they use just regular water. We don't have to buy distilled or anything. Now, I say that except for those of you who are on well systems. If you are in a well system, you will want to use at least bottled water. You won't want to use your water from your well, because a lot of times the chemicals and things in a well system aren't going to be compatible with your Laurastar. On the ironing systems like this, where you get an ironing board and you get the tank, check out how easy this is to fill it. So, very fill. There's a max line for your water. Make sure you pay attention to that if you get one of these, because you can ruin your iron otherwise. So, let's go back and talk about fabric today. We've got some, hey Dave, don't forget to stop here for a second, because this is a really neat display. One, we've got all of our Laurastars up there on the top. We do carry the filters for you. And then down below, we've got end of bolts. But in the midst of all this, we also have a lot of wonderful Bernina hoops. If you are a embroiderer or a quilter on your machine, we have an incredible selection right now of hoops. So, yesterday I spent the whole day teaching a garment fitting class, and I do those on a regular basis. And for those of you watching, if you've always thought about doing this, I'm offering it 2 different ways now. One is an all-day class. The other one is in a 2-hour block, and it's a semi-private. You and one other person can take that class, and it's only 2 hours long. You can bring up to 3 mock-ups of your garments. So for example, say you wanted to make something like this lovely London shirt from Sewing Workshop. If you wanted to make that, what you would do is you would go ahead and construct out of inexpensive fabric this top, and you would go ahead and you don't have to do buttonholes or buttons. You just want to mark where they would be, and you bring this in as a constructed mock-up, and I fit you, and we figure out what's going to look better on you. The only requirement for these mock-ups is they have to fit around you. So you can go ahead and make it much, a lot of times for a garment like this, the shoulders will be way too large on me, but I can fit that and correct for that. I correct your pattern. You bring the pattern with you too. Make sure you do that, because I can't change your pattern unless I have it. So you make bring the pattern with you that you made up the garment from. We'll go ahead and fit it. We'll go ahead and correct the pattern for you, and you go home and you can make a top that fits you. How cool is that? So make sure you think about the garment fitting classes. And by the way, there is a lot of new classes on our class calendar. If you haven't looked through those yet, do it. There's a lot of classes happening this fall, and I think you're going to have a wonderful time. And I know there's a couple of classes right now, not many, but there's a couple that are nobody's signed up for them yet. And then we have the other end of the spectrum where we've already filled up the classes. So make sure you look and see what's out there. Okay, So we're gonna be starting off with our, actually, Dave, let's go over here and let's get the clothes done first. And we'll go ahead and talk about clothing fabric. I don't have a lot today because we spent a lot of time on the Japanese fabric in the last one, which has been a lot of what we've gotten in. But I want you to know that we have some wonderful new rayons. These 3 batik rayons. They're so pretty. They're very beautiful. And look at how these, and you know what's really great is these are going to be the tops that are going to just drape beautifully, and you are going to be really happy with how this feels because it is so nice and soft. So one of the things I always like doing, showing off the rayons, is how they drape. And check out this beautiful drape. And this is always a good idea for you to figure out if you have the right fabric. But look at that. Look at that gorgeous drape. I always go over to the mirror. I put this up against me. I look at the color, and then I look at the drape, and then I look at a picture of my pattern to see if it's going to work. So those particular fabrics I just showed you would be really good for any one of these patterns. We carry all of these patterns. And oh, by the way, Alice has brought back the little something jacket. She is doing that class, and that is one of the patterns I'm showing you today, that little something jacket. And rayon is a wonderful selection for that. It hangs so pretty. It's such a great cover-up jacket, so that'll be a good choice for these. By the way, I am wearing the Simple Elegant tee today. And no, I'm sorry we don't have this exact fabric, but we have some similar. And this is a rayon with some spandex in it, or a lycra. It's probably lycra actually, now that I say that. So it has a little bit of stretch. It's very comfortable. And as you can see, it's a really cute top. This is the one right here with the bigger sleeves. I decided after I made this one, because these sleeves are really, really big, and I decided after this one that my future tops were with the narrower sleeves, and I've actually been a little bit happier with that. I feel like you can get we can get Dave's arms in there too. Yes, yes, it's very deep. So be conscious of that if you make this, but notice they have these two that do not have those very large sleeves. So if you like a lot of room in your sleeves and you think that that's a very nice and comfortable thing, this is the top for you. If you want something a little more slender, they have another version of sleeves on that, and that is a nice one also. We have 2 other pieces of garment fabric. This beautiful brocade, and well, and I will show you why I'm saying it's a brocade, because this is woven in. This is a really neat fabric. Very comfortable. It will probably shrink some, I'm just going to tell you, so get some extra. It is a Japanese fabric. It's 100% cotton. It is very, very nice to the touch. And you know, these pants right here, the jacket, those would all be a good choice out of a fabric like this. So again, we like to show you the drapes of these fabrics, and so when we're talking clothes, the drape does matter a lot. So look at that. That's gorgeous. So not quite as drapey as our rayon, of course, but it is a wonderful fabric, and it would make a super comfortable pair of pants or a really nice jacket. It's going to be a lightweight jacket, but the little something jacket out of that would be gorgeous. All right, and then I have one more fabric here, and I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but this is a linen, let me see. It's a linen cotton blend. That's what I thought it was. It is A beautiful fabric. It's from Cosmos. It's made and printed in Japan. It is a really nice weight fabric, but not terribly sheer, which is really great. And some of the tops I have here I thought would just be gorgeous out of it. It is a directional print. Pay attention to that because it does have an up and down to this. So if you have a pattern that requires more fabric for a directional print, make sure you get that. But this Friday pattern, this hibiscus shirt, the London shirt, all really great choices out of this fabric. I think you will really like it. It's nice and lightweight, but it is so beautiful. But it is a crisp fabric, so that's why I think these kind of button-down shirts would be really nice out of it. Has a little drape, but not a ton, but is not that just the most fabulous print. It is so gorgeous. Okay, so we are covered what I was thinking about for our fabrics for clothing. And the rest of today, we are going to talk about quilting fabric. And I know we have a lot of quilters out there, so I want to make sure we cover some. So we have an addition to a blender line we've had. Andover makes this great line called Glaze. And Glaze has these wonderful little tiny dots on them. And it's also a little splotchy. I really, really like this print. I think it's a really usable blender. It has ability to go across a lot of different fabrics. I think that it works really well, especially if you've got some really bold print that you're trying to use and you want something, a place for your eye to calm down. This latest group of them that we received from Glaze is a group that has a lot of blues in it, and then it has all these neutrals. So I think this is a really gorgeous group of fabrics. Kind of, you know, we've got our tans and our little taupes and then some gray. Very, very nice fabrics, really well done. And I think you will be able to use these for your next quilting project really easily. So let's talk about, apparently when I was ordering things, I was either going for very good blenders or I was going for flowers. And then we have something to bring all that together. We have this beautiful panel. It looks like an abstract, an impressionist painting. It's so pretty. It has got butterflies on it in this beautiful pond. So bring that back over so Dave can get some. And notice the really interesting butterflies on these. Very, very cool. So what we've got then is a few blenders to go with it. And so we've got the this wonderful print with butterflies on it. What I love about this is until you look at it fairly closely, it could look like leaves falling down on something, or it can look like the butterflies. So I think it's a really interesting and very usable fabric. And then also to go with it are these really pretty, we have two different ones, one in purple and one in blue, and this kind of dot pattern. I really think these are absolutely, they are just, the jewel tones, they're so rich, and it's just a gorgeous color. And I really hope that you guys get an idea of what it looks like, because these are very special. The saturation of the print, the dyes on these are really nice. And I think that you will find that they are pretty special and not unusual. I feel like these colors are hard sometimes to find, and this is those are really, really pretty. Okay. RJR has a group of fabrics called Flower Magic. And we get their fabrics, we get their solids. We have a lot of their solids. Well, actually, we have all of their solids. They're Cotton Supreme solids. And then they came out with a couple of new prints in this Flower Magic line. And I really loved their tiny little florals. These are small florals. You can see there's my fingernail and there's how tiny they are. They're really little and they are just absolutely precious. I didn't buy all of them, but I did get these 3 prints, but I did go ahead and get their charm packs. And so this is their charm pack. And you know what I thought would be the really just a lovely project is to take these charm packs and turn it into a little baby quilt. Now, wouldn't that be precious? And so that I think would be a great way to use that charm pack. Then you've got some of these fabrics, plus we've all got wonderful color matches because we have Cotton Supreme. They'll go with these perfectly. And so you can make a really simple but very, very pretty little baby quilt or a little girl's quilt. I mean, or how about for me? I would think that it would be a wonderful quilt for even myself. So anyone who loves little tiny flower prints, these are going to work really well. Okay. Then one of the other fabrics we recently got, and these are from 3 different companies. So we got Inkwell. For those of you who like our blacks and whites, this is the fabric for you. We've got charm packs, we've got the strips, and we've got fat quarter bundles. And look at those black and white prints. Great geometrics. Beautiful, beautiful things in here. Now, I'm just going to tell you, I did not buy yardage because I feel like we have plenty of blacks and whites, but these were so fun. I thought maybe as a bundle, they would be just a great thing to add to what we've already got. And I'm sure if you do like these, that we can come up with some fabrics that would go with it if you want more as far as adding to that. Or maybe you just want add something to your stash that's black and white. This is a great line. Okay. So now I have been playing with our flannels a little bit. We don't have a lot of flannels in the shop. We've been adding to them. And this, I thought, would be a really nice bundle of fat quarters to do your next quilt that you want a nice, soft, touchable quilt. And we also have a charm pack to go with it. So these are from Maywood Studio. They always do a really nice job. And these are very, very precious little florals. And this is a great color combination. And I know we have some flannels to go ahead and do some solids to go with this, and we probably even have some prints that will go with this fine too. So so that group is there, and go ahead and take a look at the flannels. We've got wide back now flannels. We've got some other flannels that have been added. We're just bringing in some, and so we've got some solids, we've got some prints, and now we have the wide backs. So go ahead and take a look at that if you're wanting something nice and cozy on the back of your quilt. All right, the last group of fabrics I've got here for you, there's just 3, but they are just really beautiful. These are from Figo, and they're a beautiful group of green, and they just have a really wonderful, this color is just really super. I am very fond of this green, and the background is actually green. It is not like a cream or anything like that. I oftentimes don't know what you guys exactly see, so I want to be clear that this is definitely green. It's not cream, it's not gray, it's not white, it's green. So, and then the background on this one, interestingly, is an off-white. So that is, when you see the two of them together, maybe that makes it a little more obvious. So we've got this beautiful little stripe looking like little vines. We've got a beautiful little floral, and then this very textured greeny kind of, you know, I think this is supposed to be trees and so forth, but it doesn't read precisely like a tree. It's more like a all over print. So very gorgeous colors of green, very mossy looking, so very much a great one. All right, so we are just about done. I'm by myself this morning, so we're gonna end precisely on time here.
Margaret, don't forget about recapping what we just finished up.
Oh, I did not talk about
and
that.
what we got coming up on next Friday and Saturday.
Thank you for reminding me. Okay, so this week we had Sylvain here on Monday and Tuesday. We had an event in the evening on Monday, and then on Tuesday we had him here talking about all of our new Bernina sewing machines, and he did a great talk. Had 40 women here for the Tuesday event, and I think everybody just had a wonderful time both times. The evening event, we had music, and we had food, and we had him, and everybody just got to talk to him. So that was really nice. So those two events went really well, and we got to meet lots of new people, and it was a wonderful thing to have everybody here.
We had somebody travel from Minnesota to come join us.
We did, but she wasn't here for those two, honey.
Oh.
No, she got here later in the week.
Oh, okay.
But we did have somebody from Minnesota.
And we had Kansas.
Visit.
It was Kansas, though, wasn't it?
We had Nebraska, and we had maybe Kansas. I don't think I knew that we had someone here from Kansas. So we had people from all over. It was really it was quite the adventure. So we were very, very grateful for all of you who came. Thank you for being here. Next weekend, Dave and I will be at the Indianapolis Quilters Guild show, and that's going to be up at the fairgrounds in Indianapolis. So if you have an opportunity to come and visit us, we'd love to see you there. And we will be doing that, and I think I'm going to try to convince Rachel she needs to do at least one of our Facebook Lives. Maybe we'll do Friday and she can do Saturday. So we'll be doing something with that. But we'll have the whole staff here at the shop, so don't worry. So if you're here locally and you were wondering if you could shop, of course you can, so we'll be here. And don't forget, everybody, everything that we show you on Facebook Live is available on our online store at universityofsewing.com. And we would love to have your business, and we are very grateful for it. So I hope everybody is doing great today, and it is a gorgeous Saturday in Bloomington, and we hope to see you soon.